Go. And wait for it, we are now live. Hello everyone and welcome to the Geek Battle Show. I almost was, look, we're just talking about it, I was almost, welcome to Revenge of the Werewolf. It is Friday night here on Extreme Improv Extremed. One of the performers you see on the screen is in fact a werewolf. Now, I wish I was saying that, but one day maybe. This is the Geek Battle Show. It's definitely Granny Smith tonight is all I can say. But this is the Geek Battle Show here. Where are you? No videos, says Dorna. Where are we? Can you not see us? Let me just check that this is working. Can you hear us at least? We're going to give some geek facts. Hopefully you can hear us. But perhaps refresh your page. I'm going to check to see if we're working though. But giving us a geek fact in our quest to be this week's Geek of the Week, as we'll be playing some games, discussing some geeky goodness, and having a whale of a time. Right, Capelthave, say hello to the people.
Hello, my Geektonians from the land of leopards, elephants, and crocodiles, and also me, Capelthave. And my geek fact for today, I don't have one because I forgot, but here's the thing. So, the Justice League 2002 is actually such a good show that you should all watch it, and here's the reason why. Alan Moore actually written episodes on it, and one of the episodes that he wrote, he actually was very fond of it. It's an episode, I think it's named Superman the Man of Tomorrow. It's where Superman has a dream of what would have been like if Krypton didn't get destroyed, and what his life would have been. And it's actually one of the favorite stories in the Justice League, so go watch that, and it's written by Alan Moore, so check that series out. It has serious writers writing on it.
Wait, this sounds like more of a recommendation. What was the trivia? I was not paying attention.
Alan Moore wrote the episode, that's all my trivia.
Okay, good. Right, excellent. Well, I'll give you a bonus point there, Cap. Andrew, or iPhone as you are known, say hello to the people.
Hello, people. Geek trivia. Everyone knows, I'm assuming everyone knows that Bradley Cooper is the voice of Rocket Raccoon, but it's James Gunn's brother, Sean Gunn, that does, some motion capture in the first film, in the previous films, on set, actually physically seeing Rocket Raccoon, but also in Volume 3 voices young Rocket Raccoon in the flashback scenes.
Wait, so James Gunn's brother does the voice of young Rocket?
Yeah.
Wow, that is definitely worth a point. Well done there. That is trivia gold. I would have assumed it was just Bradley Cooper, and they altered his voice. If I was Bradley Cooper, I'd be like, no, I'm playing this character. Okay. Cap, did you want to add something to that?
Yes, when Andrew actually mentioned special effects, this is actually a true geek fact. In the new film that Christopher Nolan's directing, Oppenheimer, I believe, in that film, he's actually using a camera that actually used to record nuclear explosions. He's actually had that camera on to actually do this, and he's actually doing a lot of special effects, real special effects, to actually make it seem like it's a real nuclear bomb. But I don't know why he has that camera that actually records nuclear blast. Maybe, who knows? He's Luna.
Well, it's certainly. I'm going to give you you've actually earned a trivia point there, Cap. But I will give you a bonus one. So that is interesting. I can only imagine that it sounds nice for the marketing, because I assume they didn't blow anything up to make this film. I did see a trailer for it the other day. So, what is it with Christopher Nolan where he only he met 6 actors in 1998 and he just uses them over and over again?
He's not the only one.
Like Tim Burton, you mean?
Tim Burton, James Gunn. It's very prevalent nowadays, and I get a little tired of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of which, Marty, say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody. I'm grumpy as hell, so watch out. My geek fact for the day is, unfortunately, it's a movie I have never been able to track down and watch, but I do know that it exists, and it's still one of my bucket list things, and that is, it is a movie that came out, I believe, in 1992-ish. It's called Dr. Mordred, and I think they tried to get the rights to Doctor Strange and couldn't, so they just created their own. and this is the poster.
Wow. Dr.
And
Mordred.
Dr. Mordred.
time.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they did make a TV version of Doctor Strange in the 70s, and I have seen that. But this apparently is very Doctor Strange-esque, but it's very hard to track down. And I have not seen it yet, but one day, hopefully, I will.
Wow, well, that is definitely worth a bonus point. Marty, I'm going to give you another bonus point because you used the phrase bucket list, and I wasn't planning to do this, but I've just written this book, which is called The Extreme Improv, The Improviser's Bucket List, and it gives you inspiration and ideas for 101 challenges to set yourself if you're an improv fan. So look at that, bonus plug there. Now, who have we not...
I'll expect my commission check.
Well, absolutely.
For mentioning it. So.
Dave, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people, I'm Dave MC, coming to you from Paris, France. And my geek fact comes from anime and manga this time. I'm going to... so the Attack on Titan, Shinjoki no Koijin, in the anime and the manga, the Titans look like this, okay? So they're generic human males, and they are butt-ass naked.
You're gonna get the stream taken down. What are you doing?
That's actually brought me to my point. In Malaysia, in the manga, they've redrawn over the images so that the Titans are wearing clothes, so that they are not naked.
Wow. Okay, so I'm definitely going to give you a point there. A second point for the fact that they're naked. Now, let's see. Dorna in the comments gets a point. Dorna says, do I get a point? Dorna, you do, because there's a little bit of information here. Marty, it is available to rent on Amazon, and I can show you, I've checked, Dr. Mordred is on Prime Video.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing if you check there. Yeah.
Well, I do check from time to time, and sometimes they're not there. Like the other night, I was reminded of an old Hammer film that I've never seen because you can't hardly find it. It's called Quatermass in the Pit, and it was very influential on a lot of modern day science fiction films.
Donna, check on Amazon.
I went online the other day and looked, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
Okay, we'll get on that. So, audience, Quatermass and the Pit is the next thing you need to find for Marty. Dave.
That was a TV series in the UK, wasn't it? Quatermass was a series in the UK, and it was what?
Yeah, I'm talking about the original movie, not the TV series.
Yeah, because Quatermass is what the third Doctor in Doctor Who was based off. That's what most of his adventures are based off.
Okay, you can. Okay, Marty, if you go onto Amazon, you can get the DVD of it.
DVD.
Yeah, there's the DVD. It is £8.
Yeah, but in which region is it?
Oh, look, that's a good question. Well, I'm on Amazon.co.uk, but
yeah, see.
But still, Marty, it's like Quest of the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Found it.
Found it. Yeah.
Well,
Are we going to get there
check on these things.
Are we going to get scenes of some guy in a cowboy hat going, the penitent man will pass. I must find this DVD.
Don't ruin my bucket list all in one day.
Yeah. Like, wow, tick.
Midnight guarding the DVD. You must choose the DVD wisely.
Right, okay.
We have done everything from Artie today. He can die happily.
Do you know what? Literally, do you know what this reminds me of? I watched the film Kingpin a couple of days ago. Now, it's not the Spider-Man villain. It's like the Randy Quaid, Woody Harrelson comedy about bowling. And in that film, Woody Harrelson is like, yeah, I got this this watch from my dad, and it's never worked since I left this town. And at the end, she's like, hey, you got it working? She's like, yeah, I wound it. That simple, right? Okay, now with this, let's react to some things. Is there any news? I can certainly say I have seen the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Who else here has seen it? Okay, iPhone has seen it. So you guys haven't seen it, do you know? So we can stay off major spoilers, but
we need to go
I don't care
tomorrow.
about spoilers.
you don't care about spoilers, Cap?
Yeah.
No, Dave, Marty.
No.
Look, Andrew, would you agree with me? There's not really any spoilers that you can give for this film. Like, there's. Look, if you take off the last 5 minutes of the film, it basically ends exactly where it started. Nothing happens in this whole film.
I can probably guess some of the things.
Okay, this is even more fun. Cap, Dave, get ready to get in on this. But Marty, what would you like to guess happened in this film?
Well, Adam Warlock starts as a villain and then ends up not being a villain.
Are we going to confirm or deny this? Shall we confirm or deny? Andrew, what do you reckon?
Well, again, if the film was my introduction to the Adam Warlock character, and I'm still confused with the...
Well, no, okay. To cut a long story short, you're not completely wrong there, Marty. You're not completely wrong. To give my thought on the Adam Warlock character, I don't know who the actor is that plays it. I definitely have seen him in something before. I think he's shit. Like, I really didn't like him at all. Like, I don't know who this guy is. I don't think he should be in Hollywood.
He was in Narnia. I think he was in Narnia.
Oh my god, that might make sense.
Well, I've seen the look, and I'm not a huge fan. I think they could have done a better job.
I think they could have got a different actor, basically.
Will Poulter.
He looks like he comes across like a. He comes across like an idiot. He comes across a bit arrogant. I don't think I'd like to meet him in real life.
Yeah, I found out. I think what's happening is that they're basing his character more on the original appearance of Adam Warlock. When he didn't even have the name Adam Warlock. He was just called him, and he basically comes out of the cocoon and he's just like a child. But then Jim Starlin took the character and developed it later, and that's when Adam Warlock became super, super, super popular in the 70s and the 80s. So.
Yeah, I don't know, like, Dave, you might understand this. Andrew, there's a chance you might, but this might just be showing my age. To me, it seemed like he was playing a version of Tim Nice But Dim from Harry Enfield and Chums, if you get that reference. He just seemed like this floppy-haired, like, imbecile who was just a bit simple. I thought he didn't add to the film really at all. Andrew, what are your thoughts on Adam Warlock?
Well, I have nothing against the actor. I've seen him in other films. He is a good actor. I just think... I know James Gunn did say in an interview something about pressure to put him in the third film if they teased him at the end of Volume 2. Kind of says it all right there.
Your volume's ever slightly quiet for me. I'll be honest.
Yeah, the sound is bad.
No, I was use a laptop, but it's being unreasonable. That was my sound now.
That, indeed.
About the same.
Yeah.
He said technical problems.
Yeah, there you go. I'll give you a couple. Well, any other predictions from Cap, Dave, or Marty? What do you think happened in Guardians 3?
I'm trying not to go with what I think is the obvious one,
which is
the that Rocket is the one who dies at the end of the film.
Okay, do you want this confirmed or not? Like,
well, the color. I don't know if it's true or not, but they say the color of the logo on the poster confirms who dies in the film. The first film's poster is brown, so it was Groot. The second film's poster is the logo is blue, so it was Yondu. And this poster is the colors of Rocket.
Okay, Dave, Cap, just be clear. Do you want to hear spoilers or not?
Yeah, you can spoil it.
Dave?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Nobody dies. Like, they completely chicken out on it. They're, like, nobody dies. And yet, when you watch the film, at various points, it's like they try to tease that loads of people die. Halfway through the film, Batista just gets, like, shot twice, definitely dead. And then you see them walking away that you saw in the trailer. And he's fine.
Yeah,
in the next scene, they don't even mention a thing about him. But also, and here's the bigger thing for the plot of it, and I did genuinely enjoy the film quite a lot. They introduce this thing, which maybe is in the previous Guardians films and I've forgotten, but they get, like, Rocket gets injured, and then they spend a lot of the film trying to save Rocket. That is the basic plot of it. but they get this Medipack or whatever that they put on you, and whatever injury you've got, it will just save you. Again, it's a tiny spoiler for this specific moment, but just before they try to save Rocket, I think Mantis gets her arm broken, and when it happened, I was like, oh my god, that was quite graphic for an MCU film. But you can understand completely why they did that, because they just showed, oh, the Medipack goes on, and click, her arm suddenly is fixed. And so then you think, oh, that's what they're going to do to Rocket. So they show you the mechanics of how this is going to work. But the idea is that because it tells Rocket's origin story, it shows that there was something put in him, which means that there's like a kill switch that they need to like go on a mission to find out how to deactivate or override, because otherwise they can't use this instant medicine to save him. And the only thing that came to my mind in that is, if they've got these Medipacks where they just put it on you and it instantly saves you, they were there when Iron Man died. You know, there's so many people, you know, that they could have rescued with this stuff.
I was thinking exactly the same.
Yeah,
I know. What I hate when they do that in a movie.
it was over the top, and it was like, wait, if these things exist in the universe.
Wait, they're like, oh well, we didn't have one on us at the time. Sorry.
Well, yeah.
It was only developed right after Thanos was defeated, so we didn't have it.
Yeah, it's just crazy that they should have been like, hey guys, like, I've got a new plan for you, says Peter Quill. It's like, we've got this magic technology from space, which you just wrap it around anyone and it will heal any wound or injury at all.
But is the tech really important to the plot, or is it just feel like a rule of cool moment?
No, it's important that this is how they were going to save Rocket. They don't attempt surgery or anything like this. It is literally, we're going to wrap this mechanical bandage around him and it will save him as soon as we can, but we can't because he's got a kill switch in him, and then they need to go off and do whatever. Now, the other big thing... They're gone, Cap.
No, I would say the MCU always had that problem, because the one thing that bothered me in Infinity War was the portal thing that they used to cut off. I was like so fixated on it, and the director's reason was, well, Thanos' arm is really thick. So what? It's an interdimensional portal.
Do you mean that portal that cut off that monster's arm thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can basically, you're like, the how it should have ended game basically did, where all the armies coming to Wakanda, basically Wong shows up at mirror dimension. And they just all go to the different dimension.
Well, yeah, exactly. And also, do you remember that thing where they're breaking through the fence, right? And they're like, you've got to let them in a corridor. Let them in a corridor and just open a portal and send them to Antarctica.
Well, it's like saying, right, in my hand, I have this box. There's a big red button on it. If you press this button, it will detonate a bomb that I've placed strategically in Thanos' head, that it will explode the moment you press this button. Never going to use it.
Yeah. Or here's a grenade. Let's just open a portal behind Thanos' head with the grenade. You know, there's a million things they could have done. You know.
But
because they did use it. Who was it that? Oh, they used it to drop Mantis down on his head.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Doctor Strange.
Just lower it a couple more feet and chop his fucking head off.
But you see, these are heroes with godlike powers. That doesn't mean they know how to use them properly.
Yeah.
Or logically.
Look at that.
But
The Eternals.
Sometimes I was okay, because, like, again, the main plot kind of made me distracted, so I'm fixated on that. But there are some moments, like in Endgame, right? Doctor Strange comes, and like, okay, he's gonna fight Thanos like he did then, and like, oh, there's the dam breaking. I must control this water. That's what I'll use with my fantastical magical abilities. Control water. I was like, dude, go fight!
Yeah. Well, that's in loads of things. Do you remember, like, going back, just quickly jumping over to Justice League? Do you remember when Superman finally turns up and he's going to fight Steppenwolf, and he's like, I can hear people in danger, and just sods off. And it's like, what? The fight isn't over yet. Why? That was like, because that was a bad film, obviously. But yeah, this with Guardians of the Galaxy, they introduced this idea that can just instantly heal any wound. It's like, there's so many people. Just put it onto like Bucky's stump and see an arm grow back or something.
I know some of you won't know this, but it's like in the Fantastic Four, there is this device. It's the only device, I mean, at least at the time when I was reading comics, it was the only device in the universe that Galactus was scared of because he knew it could control him. I mean, not control him, but destroy him. And it was called the Ultimate Nullifier. And so, you know, they fight Galactus, and then all of a sudden, the Watcher, who's not supposed to intervene, helps Reed Richards get the Ultimate Nullifier. Nobody knows what it does. Nobody knows. You know, it's just like, here's the Ultimate Nullifier, and Galactus is like, oh crap! you've foiled me this time. Yeah, I'll be back when I'm hungry again.
Well, yeah, that's even like in the first Superman film, where he's like, oh yeah, I can't see through lead. It's like, don't tell the people what your weakness is, you know.
Yeah. What if it's the Watcher's like ultimate prank? It's like it doesn't do anything. It's just I present the ultimate nullifier. You just push it. Yeah, like a Krispy Kreme donut just appears. You know.
I bet it's the Watcher's toaster.
Joe, actually, mentioning the Watcher reminds me also in What If, where they have Ultron Vision just cuts Thanos in half. It's like, well, Vision could have taken care of this on his own.
Ultron is a villain. He has no moral code when it comes to killing people.
Or just cut his arm off. Like there's like, you know, we could have cut his arm off in multiple ways.
Vision doesn't either, because I remember Vision basically killing the guy who was kicking his ass at the end of Infinity War. But here I'll say that he had a special blade that actually made him powerless in the film when he gets stabbed by it. And then that's why Captain America was fighting him, but then Vision killed him from the back using his own blade.
Yeah, true.
That's how they...
Well, and what about... what about the Eternals? They could come out of hiding.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I shared a meme where
we were told not to interfere, so we didn't.
Did any of them get blipped away? You know, or
what? Of course not, because they're gods.
Yeah, and so there were the Eternals. There was Captain Marvel, who was in the... Why didn't Nick Fury press his beeper to Captain Marvel when Loki turned up?
Yeah.
The longer this goes on, and the more they suddenly said, "Oh yeah, these characters."
He forgot that he had it.
But like, the more they suddenly say, "Oh yeah, this character was already in the backstory," the more they write themselves into a corner of, "Well, why didn't this person do anything?"
Yeah, that's the main problem with a lot of, again, the more you introduce, the more cool stuff that you bring in, that's going to make the past stuff look very ridiculous.
And they, like, it's always been the case in these films, when you'll get like Steven Seagal or someone stood like this, surrounded by like 12 guys, and then they'll fight him one at a time, right? That's always been the case. But like, just going back to Infinity War for a second, like Carol Danvers was like, yeah, well, he's never faced me, like last time he didn't have me. When she then like turns up at the end of the film and doesn't go on a time heist with everyone, but when she turns up and like starts beating up Thanos, and she's got like the gauntlet, and he takes out one of the stones and then hits her, it's like suddenly that one stone on its own is stronger than all of the others together. Why is she then out of action for long enough for Tony Stark, who has no powers but just has a metal suit, to have to actually do all of the legwork?
Because that was in the script.
There we go. Yeah. But Marty, that is the argument for everything on this show. You've just ruined it. That's the end of the show, guys. Because it was in the script.
I am the ruiner of all things.
Yeah.
Is that on your bucket list?
I should be a Marvel character. I'm the opposite of the Watcher. I'm the ruiner.
You are the opposite of the Watcher. You're also the not looker-upper either. Dawn is Here says Quatermass and the Pit on Amazon for $22.39 Blu-ray and $15.16 on DVD.
If it's the right region.
It's in US dollars, so it has to be.
Okay, well, I'll check it out.
Okay, cool. So anyway,
Marty, what else do you have on your bucket list just while we're here?
Well, part of the issue is that I don't have a whole lot of money right now, so I can't just go willy-nilly. Here's my bucket list. Let me just go buy everything I need.
It's true.
Donna, get on that. Get some money.
Okay, so the other thing, I've got a few more thoughts. Now, when Guardians 3 was good, it was very, very good. But so many times they were just having stupid back and forth conversations in this typical James Gunn style humour, where it's like suddenly Batista's Drax is going to say something a bit weird, and then they're going to be like, "Wait, so you always knew this, Drax? Well, you never are." It's like you're in danger. Don't just stand around talking for like 45 seconds because you thought of some witty lines. It derailed it a little bit. But the biggest thing for me, and you guys may have heard this or not, and you can give me your honest opinion on it, they dropped an F-bomb in a Marvel film.
Yeah, too much hype for such a stupid thing.
I thought it was terrible. I think...
Didn't in Eternals they actually banged, so...
Yeah, that's true, actually. They did.
So...
Well, did the F-bomb even need to be there?
No.
Yeah, well then it's pointless.
Like, what I can say on that, where you say did it need to be there and stuff, Dorna gets 10 bonus points. So far, Dorna is definitely winning tonight's show. But Dorna says, Marty, DVD or Blu-ray, so there you go. So that's up to you to decide. But what I was going to say is, in The Walking Dead, there was about season 6 or 7, there was a scene where like Rick and Michonne or Daryl, whoever, some of the good guys get captured by some rogue humans, as was always the story in The Walking Dead, and like the end of the season was meant to be Rick standing there. Well, what did happen was like Rick stood there and goes, "Yeah, well, they don't know who they're screwing with." But they had filmed it accurate to the comics where they don't know where they're effing with or who they're effing with. And they didn't use it. But then by the end of The Walking Dead, they were dropping F-bombs here, there, and everywhere because suddenly Breaking Bad had taught them that, they can do it and it'll be fine or whatever. But it was a case of people said, imagine if they'd never swore throughout The Walking Dead, and for that last line of that season, that's where they'd put it in, and it was from the comic, and, it's impactful and meaningful. But I've read an interview, and Karen Gillan, who plays Nebula, has said that she didn't even hear when Peter Quill dropped his F-bomb because, it was such a throwaway place to put it in. Marty.
Have you seen the interview with... I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched part of it. It's James Gunn and Chris Pratt talking to somebody.
Maybe.
And it's a couple of guys sitting around he-he-he-ing over dick and fart jokes.
Yeah.
It's like, remember that scene where Nebula's carrying Chris Pratt? Well, that's actually just a 35-pound dummy. And then Chris Pratt's like, yeah, James Gunn kept that in his office for a while. Wonder what he was doing with it. And they're like, ooh, hee hee hee, ha ha ha, ooh hoo hoo. And I'm like, I like a good dick and fart joke as good as the next guy. But they're children.
Yeah.
They're children.
Well, the bigger thing, I'll come to you in one moment, Cap. The bigger thing that I think I saw from the same interview was James Gunn was like, yeah, I just wrote this scene about what the Infinity Stones were, like, within 20 minutes. And then they based the whole films around it. And I was like...
What pisses me off, he didn't create the Infinity Stones. They were in the comic books before he ever was... He didn't invent them! Nope.
Yep. Okay, Cap.
I used to like James Gunn quite a bit, but he is really getting on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, well, look, this is going to come back to Justice League Part 2 and Henry Cavill all over again. Cap.
Yeah, my thing is like, I've actually did like the Suicide Squad film and so far the Guardians, I haven't seen the third one yet. I do like it when he goes that innocent theme and also the heartbreaking things that he does. Like I mentioned this in the chat as well, like the shot actually telling that he doesn't have friends, and then the small moments that he actually tells, I think in Peter Quill and Guardians of the Galaxy 1, they were all losers. Very small moments I think he does really well, and the thing is that he actually does play your heartstrings, so why not actually let that sink in and then just putting another joke? It's like, you're not faithful of your own sincerity that audience are going to look at this and actually feel sincere about it. But it is a good thing, so why actually ruin it with a, like of a better word, Marty's dick and fart joke?
Yeah, Andrew?
Sorry. I I mean, I had no issue with the F-bomb. I mean, on any moral basis, and it didn't get a negative reaction from the audience I saw it with. It actually got a lot of laughs. My issue with it was with Deadpool 3 on the way. It will be, I'm assuming, the first MCU movie that has a higher certificate. Why not wait until Deadpool 3 and have a bit of fun with it? Simply break the fourth wall and all that.
Yeah, I agree.
Wait in this film.
Yeah.
I heard a disturbing rumor about Deadpool 3 today.
Deadpool and Disney's gonna be ooh.
What was the rumor?
No, because of the writer's strike, Improv is also covered under the writer's strike. So you cannot improvise lines in a film while the strike is going on. So Ryan Reynolds, who is incredible at improvising funny stuff, can't do anything like that while they're filming this new Deadpool film.
Oh,
That scares me to death.
Wow.
He is.
Go on.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm astonished at the idea that they'd say that improv is covered.
Well, I talked to my improv teacher. I'm taking an improv class right now about it the other day, and she said that a lot of improv on films is, it's like recorded in some way and eventually written down, and that counts as writing.
Yeah, I think that's going to be such a grey area. Like, Ryan Reynolds does absolutely improv everything. So, like, hopefully...
Even when they shoot off his mouth, he was still improv.
Ryan Reynolds, he's Canadian. So if it's the American, like, writers thing, he isn't under their guidelines.
And what's his face? Huge Jack Man is
Australian.
Australia.
So they could be like, you mustn't cross the picket line. You've got to stick to the script. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm from Australia. And then Ryan Reynolds like, oh, eh? Well, I'm Canadian.
There's the Negro running with the script.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
me Croc.
Anyone seen anything else, or seen trailers, or heard rumours, news, things you want to react to? Marty?
I saw a trailer today. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, though, so I don't know if we can talk about it. It's the trailer for the new Negan and Maggie in New York.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it, but I literally don't care about spoilers for The Walking Dead anymore.
Well, I don't know any spoilers. All I can tell you is that while I was watching it, and I'll watch the show. I'll watch it. But it made me feel like I was watching Escape from New York. For some reason. And the poster they made is very reminiscent of the Escape from New York poster.
Wait, is it called Dead City?
Dead City, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can't... If we were on StreamYard, then I could show it, but I cannot hear. But, yeah, I'll try to have a little... In fact, I'll try to bring it up for a second, but I can't put sound on, obviously. So, there we see it.
I don't...
What?
That is one of my
was that it?
trailers now.
Wow, the pause button was amazing. Walkers are no longer the threat. It's the pause button.
I can tell you the basic plot if you want.
Is it just they're going to end up banging? Because, like, literally, they just need to.
What happens is...
I just want them to bang, and I just want them to go really dark, and I just want Negan to be like, call me Glenn, like this.
Yeah.
Because the kid will come out just with a leather jacket and a red scarf on the back. Hello.
What was the name of his bat? Lucille. And she's like, get Lucille. Get Lucille involved here. And he's like,
is that darker than kind of falling in love with the leader of the Whisperers because she had a shaved head and it reminded him of his wife who died of cancer?
What is that what they did with Negan?
That's what they did in the
That's
show.
what they did in the show.
With Negan?
Yeah.
Yes.
He fell in love with Alpha.
Yes.
Joe,
Honestly.
I don't know who the actress is, but she was literally the actress who was like in the Tom Cruise Minority Report movie, where she also had a shaved head and was like, I can see the future. She always plays weird people.
Yeah, Samantha Morton.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Wow. I didn't remember that.
He killed her, but he was remorseful because he kind of liked her because she had that, that sexy cancer look.
Wow. I don't know, yeah, this looks alright. Oh, we're getting a message now. I won't show that on the screen.
It says, "Please cease and desist from showing this on your show."
From Samantha Morton. You have besmirched me. Oh dear.
David, did you actually get a message from YouTube?
From YouTube? No, I hope not. Jesus. Last time that happened, I got like a strike for showing a 70-year-old film with no soundtrack. But yeah, okay, I don't know. Like, isn't there also the Rick and Michonne spin-off as well?
Yeah,
and a Daryl spin-off.
You got the Daryl one that's happening here.
In France?
in Paris.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in Paris. They were here filming that back in January.
How does he get
Is there
there?
a photo bomb?
It's his motorbike, mate. It's like the Ghost Rider. He just rides it across the sea.
I'm like, how, during the zombie apocalypse,
David's there, wait, and we need to find him in the frame.
to Paris?
Yeah, you just see Daryl in the background with his crossbow. There's all the zombies. They're just being, hello, I'm over here.
Yeah. I just like if they're basically taking all of these main characters and making spin-offs with them, why don't they just continue making the show? Because now, instead of just like have they cancelled Fear the Walking Dead? There is so much of it to watch.
The final season.
No, I think this is the last season that's fixing to premiere in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, like I didn't mind it, but I think they made it difficult to watch in the UK. You might have had to watch it on Amazon or something, but I ended up where I kind of lost track with it years ago. So
See, with that, I liked it at the start where it showed sort of the beginning of the outbreak sort of thing. Because
for like 4 episodes.
Watch it, and we
It was okay, but then I just think it got because there were fan theories flying around that the son was going to be the leader of the Whisperers. He was going to be Alpha because he was bathing himself in Walker blood every day.
Ooh.
What?
Who was?
Yeah. I see what you mean now.
Yeah, because he found out pretty early on that you can disguise yourself with Walker blood and guts and then walk straight through them. And and I remember looking up on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and it's everywhere saying that he was going to be the one who would go into the main show and he would be Alpha, that he would be the leader of the Whisperers.
Now, obviously, Fear the Walking Dead, I think they did a time jump at some point eventually, but it started off, even though it wasn't a prequel it wasn't about the same characters, it was something of a prequel. Or at least it started back at the beginning and so it was a bit behind in the time and stuff. Has there ever been a prequel or a spin-off that isn't just like how Frasier is a spin-off that's like set after the events around a different character? Has there ever been something that's like how there was Better Call Saul or something, where they actually make it so it meaningfully ties into the original, where it adds to and enriches the original? Because I feel like they've never actually done that.
Star Wars.
Is that true though? Like, I don't think that was well received. What's that, Cat?
Star Wars did the series.
Maybe. I never watched it, so I couldn't say. But I'll take your word on it if you say so.
There are some shows that have spun off from other shows that I like, but
Such
I
as?
don't know if they do a good job. Well, The Good Fight was a spin-off off of The Good Wife.
But was it a sequel in what's happening? It just continued to...
It followed one character from The Good Wife into her new life and her new law firm.
Yeah, okay.
Juliana Margulies was not in it.
I do think The Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf is far better than the series, but I am not sure if it was actually ties into the whole series perfectly. Because
Yeah.
I think at the season 2, basically they ignored everything that they said on the film, even though the film came out and then season 2 came out. It's basically like they didn't get the script for the prequel.
I just think, like, if you're going to do a spin-off,
we need a bell for every time Cavill mentions The Witcher, Henry Cavill, what are the other ones?
Yeah.
Anything that's animated, anything
Yeah,
that has a meme of it.
Look, guys,
The whole show will be bells.
on
The
this
whole
show,
show-
look, can we keep it to discussing, like, sensible things, like sliders? Come on. Right, now. We all have our own, like, weird little obsessions. Andrew's is going to be Christopher Nolan every week, guaranteed. Although, I think... Was it Cap that mentioned Oppenheimer earlier?
Oppenheimer.
So, yeah, he beat you to it there, Andrew. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so I was going to say, like, something like Star Trek spin-offs, like, from The Next Generation, they, I guess, ran kind of parallel to the universe where the characters could cross over and stuff like that. But I think it was you that just said, Dave, or whoever it was, said that the idea or the theory was that the son may turn out to be the leader of the Whisperers. Now, imagine if that had been their plan, where it's like, well, we're going to do this spin-off. You're going to watch it for 2 or 3 seasons. You're going to see this character. You think he's a good guy. And then suddenly it's going to catch up to what you've been watching. And suddenly you realise, oh, my God, you've watched the origin story of the big bad of the next season. That would be a great use of a spin-off. But, like, even like with Better Call Saul, which I enjoyed, like, it was kind of... when you watch it, they clearly didn't know what the show was going to be, and then they had the panic and just made it like more Breaking Bad. And when you watch, as we spoke about a week or two ago, the Book of Boba Fett, they like panicked and made it The Mandalorian. And it's like every spin-off just kind of has this panic, you know, or prequel. They just have this panic, and they're like, oh, we don't know why we made this show, and so they just panic with it. Okay.
I didn't like Better Call Saul. I checked it out, the first episode, the second episode, but afterwards I was like, okay, I couldn't watch it anymore.
Well, when they first pitched it, that originally apparently it was going to be something more like a sitcom, and then they suddenly realised we can't move it too far away from Breaking Bad, so we just need to show the origin of these characters. But then they didn't really know what they were going to do with it, and then literally when they did the last season or so, they said about, I won't give a big spoiler, but like a character that died in it. It's like, oh, they didn't know until they suddenly realised that, oh, this might be quite good if we killed this character here. And it's like, what? So that wasn't your plan? So you did a prequel, and you didn't know how this character was ever going to tie into the main show at all. You know, it was stuff like that. Anyway, has anyone else seen things they want to react to? Andrew?
Just because I'm interested if Cap's seen it. Renfield, I saw that the other week.
Renfield?
I haven't seen it yet, but you can spoil it, don't worry.
I haven't seen it either.
I actually thought it was quite good. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
It's not going to win Film of the Year, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Did it do well? Is it like just going to be one of these like weird things?
No, I
or
don't
is...
think it did well, but I don't care about that. I like what I like, and that's that.
Well, yeah, fair play.
Wait, I'm confused. He said it was good. He said I didn't care if it's good, but I like what I like.
No, he didn't care if it did well.
It didn't do well, but I don't follow box office and numbers and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, like, it interests me just in terms of like Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage has fully reached the point where he is now in the same realm as like David Hasselhoff or like any of these guys where they're just kind of famous for being them.
Yeah.
You know. So.
But Nicolas Cage usually does it. I mean, like, okay. In a sense, like, no matter whatever he does, it's going to fall into his Nicolas Cage joke. In a sense, like, no matter how much he tries to branch out, everyone's going to feel like, whenever he tries something, oh, that's Cage. So, in a sense, I don't think you can escape it.
I saw a movie called The Color Out of Space a few years ago. It came out a few years ago, and it's an adaptation of an H.P. Lovecraft story, and Nicolas Cage is in it, and it's very, very, I find it to be very, very good. But at the end, he goes full Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
Oh.
Out of interest, if you had to give it,
That would pull you out a little bit.
Yeah, sure. For Renfield, Andrew, out of interest, if you had to give it like a ranking on the ABCD scale, what would you give it?
The ABC.
Well, like, what would you say? It's like would you rate it A? Like A being
A
the best?
As in a grade, mate.
A grade.
I don't know. B.
Not the bees! Not the bees! Right, anyway. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. I was desperate. I set you up there. I was just hoping that you'd give it a B, because I figured that you're not going to give it an A. And I figured that you said you liked it, so you weren't going to give it a C. So I'm glad that you played into what I needed.
I've never seen that his version of The Wicker Man.
I liked it. It's quite terrible. But apparently that famous not the bee scene, they cut it out of the actual film. It's just something that's shown on a trailer or something. Or a deleted
I
trailer.
like the fact that he was able to punch people while wearing a bear suit.
Yes!
Yeah.
What's the work of bear?
Mm-hmm.
You wore a bear suit in that movie?
He wore a bear suit.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
is that
Yogi Bear, give me
is
that
that where-
picnic basket.
Is that where Midsummer got that?
Midsummer was a terrible film. I gave up on that halfway through.
Oh, I kind of liked it. Yeah, there's a guy in a bear suit in that movie too.
Yeah, they set him on fire.
Yeah,
They set him on fire too.
Is there a guy in a bear suit in the original Wicker Man?
No, that's it. There is no guy in a bear suit in the original.
I have not seen
They
Okay, yeah, I've got it for you here.
birdie in the big yellow house.
Yeah. Okay.
Burning in the Wicker Man.
So, okay, here's what we need from it. So,
But in the original, Nicolas Cage doesn't, like, the character doesn't get the bees. They don't get he still gets burnt in the giant Wicker Man, but the stuff that they do with the Nicolas Cage stuff, that doesn't happen.
Huh.
There it is. And Christopher Lee was in that in the original.
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's just been a while.
I do have a question with the Lovecraft adaptation, though. Why do they always, like, when the color purple comes out, it's always purple? I think I've listened to the audio play. When did they say it was purple?
What?
Yeah, they always make it as purple when they do depict the color out of space.
Oh, I don't know. In this movie, I wouldn't say it was purple. It's like I don't know, it just kind of swirls and it's like a bunch of different colors.
I saw it in the trailer. It was the predominant color that I remember was purple in the trailer.
Maybe it
I've never
was.
seen the film yet.
I haven't seen that one in a couple of years either, so.
okay, so
Even though it never mentioned the color purple and the color out of space, so Lovecraft basically said the color that's indescribable. Purple! No one can describe that.
Whoopi Goldberg is not in that movie.
the color, yeah, it's true. Okay, let's move on to, because we can discuss some other stuff. There's other stuff we need to discuss, obviously, but let's do our guessing game, because it's been a while since we've done it. So let's get it in, so there's still plenty of time. So Cap, the way this works, audience, Cap, you will go first. You will have 1 minute to try to ask me to figure out what something that you're going to be guessing is, either like a TV show, a book, a movie, a character, or whatever. I will only be able to answer with the words yes or no. Occasionally I'll break that rule and give a little bit more information if I think it's necessary to. And Cap, what would you like to try to figure out? A movie, TV show, video game, book, fictional character, or something else?
Book.
Oh man. Right, okay, so let's see what we've got here. Okay, I know this book, so I'll be able to answer this. Okay, and your time starts now.
Is it a children's book?
Yes!
Is it a Disney film? Is there a Disney film made out of it?
I don't think it's a Disney film, but there is a film made out of it.
Is it an animated film?
It's definitely not a Disney film, in fact, and no, it's not animated.
Oh, then I won't be able to guess it. And is the movie came out in the 90s?
Yes.
Was it done by Universal?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Was it a famous movie?
Yes.
Is it like pop culture defining stuff like that?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but it is a very famous thing.
Well, is the in the children's book, does the kid have any powers?
Yes.
Ooh, is it Matilda?
Yes, it is, with 2 seconds to go. Well done, Cap. Absolutely nailed it. Wow, that's incredible, because you were so far away. You're like...
As long as you give me the children's book... and
6 seconds earlier, though, Cap. 6 seconds earlier. And you had established nothing about the story. You're like, is it universal? Is it meme-worthy? And I was like, no, I don't know. And then you're like, does the kid have powers? Yes. Matilda. Done. Wow, okay, so, yeah, we're going to have some time to spare at this rate. So, Dave, what would you like to guess?
Could I have a video game, please?
Yes, you can.
Book day.
Okay. I'm going to do my best to answer about this. And here you go.
Is it a retro game?
Arguably, but not super retro.
Okay. Is it... Okay, I'll try this one. Is it a classic console game, so Super Nintendo or Nintendo?
It's not original Nintendo or Super Nintendo, if that's what you mean.
Okay. Is it a modern game?
It's not that modern either.
Damn it!
I said it's arguably retro, but not super retro.
Are there sequels to this game?
Yes.
Is it still ongoing?
No.
Is there a famous character in the game?
Yes.
Is it a martial arts game?
No.
Damn it! Is it a fantasy game?
Fantasy, not super, but it's fantasy elements, I guess.
I think, is the main character a male?
Yes, but that is time, I'm afraid. Okay, Marty, going to hand over to you. Now, ready, go.
Was this game created in the 80s?
No.
90s?
No.
Oh, later than that, 2000?
Either late 2000s or early 2010s, but I think late 2000s.
Okay. Is it a first-person shooter?
No.
I probably won't know it. But did you say there was a movie made from this?
There's not a movie made from this, but there is connections to a movie just to help you out here.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know anything about video games.
It's not out of the realm of possibility that you could get close, Marty, if you ask the right questions.
Are the characters people, or like can animals talk in it?
Yes, the latter.
Okay. Is the style more realistic or more cartoonish?
The latter, yes.
Okay.
But that is time, I'm afraid. That is time. Okay, Andrew, handing over to you. Go.
Is it a 2D platformer?
It is not a 2D platformer.
So, late 2000, early 2010. I've forgotten everything to anyone else asked. Is it, I don't know, it's not ongoing. Did the last game come out more than 5 years ago?
I think so, yeah.
Is it PlayStation?
I don't know. I couldn't swear it. I don't think so, but later it may have come to the PlayStation.
Oh, so is that PC?
No.
No!
I didn't hear that.
Steam, or whatever it's called, I don't know.
No, and that is time. Right, okay, Cap, handing over to you, go.
It's Animal Crossing.
It's not Animal Crossing.
Damn it, I was so smart to pick that. Cartoonish, is it the main character a raccoon?
No.
Is it the main character a fox?
No.
But I'm on the right track.
Yes.
Is the main character a cat?
No.
A dog?
No.
A bear?
No.
Is it like the stuffed animals thing?
No. Oh, you think like Five Nights at Freddy's? No.
Yeah, okay, that's not it then. It came out in 2010s, you mean?
Yeah, or a little bit before.
A little bit before. Is it mainly focused for kids, or is it...
Yeah, for kids. Mostly.
2010s. Is it Pokemon?
No. Oh, that is time. That is time. Okay, I'll give you all 1 more minute together, and so anyone can throw in questions when you got something. Go.
Is it set in space?
I don't think so.
It's animals. It's animals. It's anthropomorphic
Sonic
animals.
the Hedgehog?
No, it's not Sonic the Hedgehog.
Is it Crash Bandicoot?
No, it is not.
Oh, that's a good one. Is it Slime Raccoon?
No.
Spyro?
No. You're not going to get it this way.
Croc?
What?
Croc?
No. You definitely won't get it this way.
Is there a dragon?
No, not that I know of.
Is the main character a dragon? I think there's some Sky Academy or something like that. Okay, that's not it. Come on, Dave, it's animals. We should know this.
On the Game Boy.
I'm
No.
snowboarding jokes with animals. What makes you think I can do this?
Guys, look. I'm even willing to give you a little bit longer. You haven't even worked out what platform it's on. You haven't worked out the main character or the genre of the game.
Is it on Nintendo 64?
No.
Is it on
Is
Sega?
it
No.
Mega Drive.
Is it PlayStation?
No.
Is it Xbox?
Is it
No.
PC?
No.
Is it a little handheld game?
Okay, I'm gonna say that it's time. I'm gonna drip feed you a few things and see if you end up getting there. So,
Okay.
it's for Nintendo Wii, which is like, there's been Wii, Wii U, Switch. It's old enough now if it's late 2000s, right? It's not based on a movie, which I did say, and I did say there's a chance that Marty could find his way there even if he doesn't know video game characters, because it's linked to like a famous character.
A cartoon show?
From a cartoon.
Is it Warner Brothers cartoon?
No, it's not a Warner Brothers cartoon.
Is it a Disney cartoon?
It is a Disney cartoon.
Is it Kingdom of Hearts?
No, it is not.
Mickey's Painting Adventure.
You're so close, but that's not what it's called. Do you know what it is?
Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. I just don't know the name.
I know. It's Mickey's Dark Castle or something.
You're close, but you know what it is, I'll tell you. It's Epic Mickey.
God damn it.
There you go. Right, and I think he has a paintbrush, so there you go. Okay,
Damn
Yeah.
mouse.
Marty, what would you like to guess?
A movie, please.
Okay, and I have one for you here. And let's see. Here you go.
Is it horror?
No.
Sci-fi?
Yes.
Is it from the 80s?
No.
90s?
No.
2000 to 2010?
Could be very late that, or if not, then very early 2010s.
Okay, does it involve aliens?
I think so.
Robots?
Maybe. Something like that. Between one of the two.
Does any of the action take place in space?
Yes.
Total Recall?
No.
Remake?
No.
Is it a remake?
No.
Is it part of a franchise?
No.
Okay. Is it animated?
No.
Okay. Is the main character a male?
Yes.
Does he have powers?
Grey area. But no, not directly, but there is something.
Okay. Is he proficient in martial arts and weaponry and things like that?
Not to begin with, but that is time. That is time. Okay, Andrew, handing over to you. Go. Been 9
Why do I do
seconds.
this show?
Sorry?
Is it? I don't know.
It's 19 seconds.
Brain freeze.
You're not helping, David.
My God.
It's 32 seconds.
Is there a woman in
It's a
it?
movie.
There is a woman in it, yes.
Is she in a relationship with the main character?
What?
A relationship, you know? A man
Yeah,
and a
there is
woman?
there is a relationship with
Right,
between the
yeah.
main characters, yeah.
I don't. Is there?
You're right, it's 7 brides for 7 brothers, and that's it. Right, okay, you didn't get it. Now, Capital Fave, moving on to you, go.
Is it Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
No.
But is it something similar to that?
No.
Yes. It's not a comedy.
I beg your pardon?
It's not a comedy.
It's not a comedy.
Is it pure sci-fi?
Yes. With action, I guess?
Is it The Martian?
No.
Is it Interstellar?
No.
Am I close?
Not especially. In a tiny sense with Interstellar, but only in a very... It would need an explanation to say how it's close.
So there's aliens in it, so it's either robots in it. It's an action movie, sci-fi action.
Yeah.
The main character is male. Is it Keanu Reeves?
No.
Is the main character Keanu Reeves? No. Is the main character played by a famous actor?
Yes.
Is he in the MCU?
No, he's not. And that is time, though. That is time. Okay, Dave, here you go.
Does the movie star Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Is it Edge of Tomorrow?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nailed it. Okay, excellent stuff. So, is that everyone, or
No, Andrew.
Andrew?
Andrew isn't good.
What would you like to try to guess?
A movie.
Okay, let's see what we have here. Let's see. Okay. Here you go.
Is there a man and a woman in it?
Yes.
Is it Papa Bad Guys?
Yes.
Is it the first one?
No.
Is it a prequel?
No.
Is it the finale?
No.
The middle one?
It's kind of, but there's an even number of films, so
Is it a Mission Impossible film?
no.
Did it come out in the 90s?
No.
The 80s?
No.
Is it recent?
Enough.
Is it an MCU film?
No.
DC?
No.
Is it horror?
No.
Sci-fi?
Yes, but that is time, I'm afraid. Okay, Cap, handing over to you. Go.
Is it Men in Black?
No.
Is it the Mummy films?
No.
It's sci-fi. It came out recently. There are 4 movies. Is it the Alien film?
Nope.
Is it Prometheus?
No.
Which is still an alien film.
Yes.
Does it involve acting?
Action, yes.
Is there aliens?
No.
No. Oh, is it a Tom Cruise film?
No.
Is it a Keanu Reeves film?
No.
Damn it. It's not an MCU film. It's an adventure film.
In some sense, but that's not what I'd call it.
Is it an Arnold film?
No, it's not Arnie.
Does it have any recognizable action heroes in it?
Yes.
Does it have Sylvester Stallone in it?
No. And that is time, I'm
Is that
afraid.
Rocket?
It does not. It does not. Okay, Dave, go.
Did we establish if this was a sci-fi film?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Does it take place on a planet?
Yes.
No, I was just gonna say, does it take place on Earth?
Yes.
Well, there you go. That's what I wanted to say.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to establish planets, you know. Go to your face. Okay. Is there more than one main character?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Does it take place at different perspectives of the main characters?
Only slightly. Like any film, really.
Do any buildings blow up in this film?
Probably, but I couldn't swear it.
Okay.
Or if they don't blow up, they get very damaged.
Oh my god, I know what it is.
Does it have Will Smith in it?
No.
Okay. That's that one. What's on his face? I'm stumped. I don't know.
Oh, that is time then, I'm afraid. Okay, Marty, handing over to you. Go.
Does it involve time travel?
No.
No aliens. Does it involve robots?
No.
Does it involve technology of any kind?
Yeah, I would say so, but it depends what direction you would go with that.
Is it from 2010 to now?
I believe so, yeah. In fact, I'm
Okay.
certain of it.
Okay. And no aliens. Are there monsters in it?
In a sense.
Are they zombies?
No.
Are they from another dimension?
No, they are not.
Okay. Wow. So it's not Pacific Rim.
No, it's not a specific what. Okay, and that is time. Okay, so, Andrew, here you go.
What?
Didn't you start this? No, did you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, then you haven't got it. Okay, everyone, you get one more minute together. Go.
Is it a monster film?
It depends how you define monster, but that's the
Is
closest.
it a kaiju?
I beg your pardon? No, it's
Is
not.
Oh, is it Godzilla, one of those films?
It's not a Godzilla film.
Is it
It's not a film.
is it an old monster that's been repurposed?
In a sense, but that could mislead you, but that's the closest yet.
Is it a
Is it an
vampire?
animated film?
It's not animated. And no, it's
Is it
not a vampire.
Is it Frankenstein?
No, it's nothing like that.
Is it a werewolf?
Nope.
Vampire?
Nope. Cold, Marty, cold.
It's sci-fi, has a recognizable action star. Came out in 2000, and it's a franchise. There's probably at least... Is there 4 films made of this?
More than that.
More than 4 films?
Do we establish if the lead is male?
Is it a Resident Evil?
It is a male film. No, it isn't Resident Evil.
Predator 2?
Nope. You're going the wrong
Not
route with the
Predator.
monster, guys.
Ah,
You were closer with Godzilla, but in a sense that wasn't right either.
What?
Skull Island?
No,
Is
King
it King Kong?
it's not King Kong.
Cloverfield?
No, it's not. But you're gonna understand how any of those are similar to a small degree.
The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms?
is it Big E?
Is it what, Cat?
Is it Big E? I mean, Big Friendly Giant or something?
No, it's not the BFG. Okay,
The Valley of Guanji.
we're long beyond the minute now. I'll tell you.
Okay,
All right.
one last question. Is there a giant involved? Whether it's a monster or whatever it is.
There is a
there
giant thing involved.
We're gonna kick ourselves.
Well, you'll understand. Like, if anything, the monster thing. I was hoping would lead you into that thought pattern, but it could have slightly misled you. So that's why I was trying to be clear on that. It was Jurassic World, where they have dinosaurs, and specifically they have Indominus Rex, which isn't a real thing. It's a...
Dave basically did the thing. Why didn't we pick on it?
There we go. So, yeah. They create like a made-up monster in it. So I'm like, it does destroy buildings. It doesn't blow them up. It's in that realm, but it's not quite Godzilla. Okay,
Yeah.
so... we're basically towards the end of the show there. Unless there was anything... Let's see if there's any breaking news. Any... Like, has James Gunn given up and brought back everyone's favourite Zack Snyder yet? So let's see.
I know that Netflix is getting sued by Egypt for actually doing a documentary that's not faithful.
They're getting sued by the country of Egypt.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like, that is the best. That's the best news.
Is that a pyramid
last week.
scheme?
Ah, that's very good. Love it. Okay, I can't see anything there. So...
I don't know any breaking news. I mean, they're saying that what's his face, Kylo Ren has been cast as Reed Richards, but so far it's only rumors.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Superman Legacy director James Gunn confirms when shooting begins, explains his DC Studios responsibilities. Let's see what he's got to say here. I'm working on Superman Legacy, which we shoot in January. We've been recording voices for our animated show, Creature Commandos. I couldn't even remember that was a thing. And then I'm helping other writers work on the projects in the DC world. Ugh.
There's going to be an animated movie, I think Warworld or something, Justice League Warworld, which I think stars Jensen Ackles' Batman and the recent Superman stuff animated. I'm hoping it'll be good because I liked the one Superman movie, animated movie that they did. But on that, even I would say DC animation after the Justice League show, they had some good stuff like Justice League War and the Apocalypse thing. But other than that, the animated films have also came down in the DC department as well, I would say.
I don't know. There've been quite a few that I've enjoyed. Red Sun. I did enjoy. I like the alternate versions of characters. So I liked the Red Sun movie that they did. That's the only animated movie. Yeah, that's where Superman lands in. I want to say, what's his name? Stalin's Russia, and
oh yes.
So he's sort of like communist Batman and communist Superman.
Yeah.
That one was done really well. So I mean, like that's the places where you can actually do the edgy story thing and it actually works. I've seen that and it's quite good. It has actually does have some good moments, but overall, I've seen like after the Justice League show animation, because the movies that usually came out were like all were hits. But there was some hit and misses in the animated, that's what I'm saying. But Red Sun, like you said, Dave, is a very good film.
Well, there we go. And on that note, we'll begin to wrap things up here. So as we go on to our outros, let us know any recommendations you have. But just to answer the question of who is this week's Geek of the Week, I have scored 0 points because I didn't make myself eligible to earn any. Andrew has 1 point. Marty has 2 points. Both Cap and Dave have 3 points. But our winner of this week is Dorna, who requested 10 points, and I gave them to Dorna. So Dorna, I'm not even sure if you're still watching, but you are this week's Geek of the Week. So with this, Dave, where can the people find you, and what is your recommendation?
You can find me here on Extreme Geek Battle, Extreme Show as well. Check me out on my Instagram, DaveMC1993. Check out my YouTube, DaveMC, where I upload Star Wars The Old Republic gaming videos. A new series has started. The Imperial Agent is now up on my channel with more characters soon to follow. And my recommendation, go check out Sea of Thieves at the moment. They're having the Hoarders Hunt. Solve a puzzle to get a mysterious quest.
Okay. Andrew.
You can't find me anywhere. Yeah.
Excellent. Do you have a recommendation?
My recommendation is on my phone is Bob Odenkirk's memoir, Comedy Drama.
Now, I have an interesting piece of trivia just since you've shown a book. Genuinely, and I shit you not, as they say in church. I saw that book on the listings for the theatre section, and it wasn't doing as well in the charts as my book, which is the Improviser's Bucket List. Now, that's probably because that book's probably been out a little while, and this one has just launched.
Yeah, it came out a year ago. Well,
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, exactly. Move over, Odenkirk. It's time to give the new guys a chance. Right, so anyway, Cap, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Swifties where I sing, I dance, I throw myself in the bucket, and I work with puppets. Recently, I did the short series called Uncountable Disney Princess, and also made a video about the Lackadaisy animated YouTube pilot episode. Also, coming up, there are going to be What If Gaston had a YouTube channel shorts coming to you for the past couple of weeks, so go check out my channel. There's some stuff there, and also my recommendation is the Justice League animated show, the one that Alan Moore wrote. The episode is titled For the Man Who Had Everything. Go check it out.
Okay, Dawna in the comments says, yeah! That's because Dawna is this week's Geek of the Week. Marty, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at WhatWoulDJesusBlue. And as far as recommendations are concerned, I did just remember that my wife and I started this show. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called From, and it's about a group of people who are trapped in this town, mysteriously trapped, can't get out for weird reasons, and they have to be indoors at night or the monsters will get them.
Ooh, sounds a bit Tremors-like.
Sounds like Paris.
And that's all. I mean, we don't know what the monsters are. I think we're only like 3 episodes in, so.
Oh wow! And this is called From.
So far, it's pretty good.
I will try to check that out myself. Absolutely, sounds like Paris, as Dave says. Now, my name is David Pstansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pstansky, which is spelled P-U-S-T-A-N-S-K-Y. You can also get the Extreme Improv Improviser's Bucket List, which is my 3rd book, which I have released, and it is a quick read. As you can see, it's not a super huge book, but it has got 100 ideas which I think every improviser should try to do, and it's gamified, which means that you can try to achieve as many as you can within a year or take it at your own pace, and you can also see what rank you are and compete against your friends or enemies. So my other geeky recommendation, if I have to give one, is apparently there is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is out today. I have not got it, but at some point I might. So with that, from me, from everyone else, hang on. Right. Dawna says, my name is Dawna Green Gonzalez, and you will find me here as frequently as I can on Geek Battle. Dawna, you're very welcome to join us on the show if you'd ever like. But with this, from me, from everyone else, check out Extreme Improv Extremed in a minute, but stay safe.